Well, I can't tell if anybody's actually watching or not. It doesn't let me know because there's a delay by the looks of it. Hey, Tony, can you let me know if you can hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me, guys. Hey, Tim. Sorry, guys, this is brand new to me. It's kind of mixed up. I'm watching my control panel, but then I'm also watching it in my channel. So there's a delay. So I'm staring at my blank face, and then also my lips start moving. I just want to see if more people are going to come. Oh, all right. Well, hopefully we get some more. Just lets me know a little bit. As the description says, guys, like we all know where I'm from. That is, I'm part of the SB group. I'm a moderator, I guess, gladly and proudly. It's where my Juggernaut build is housed. So the topic for today is going to be um, that we're going to go through my Juggernaut build just quickly, show you some things, my reasoning behind doing some stuff, and we will talk about Xavier, which is going to be my new build that's going to be coming out. That's going to be streamlined. Some people may like it, may not, because it's going to be Gaia based, just like Titanium. But it's going to have a couple other add-ons in there that are very useful because a lot of people don't realize that Gaia pulls and scrapes from incursion and placenta plus the nan scrapers. So you're actually getting three add-ons plus the scrapers. When it's configured properly, it's a powerhouse add-on, but some people like it, some don't. So I'm going to add a couple add-ons. The daunting task for any builder is that um, the the add-ons for live content, which everybody seems to strive for and want and everything, it's not reliable, and everybody always has their go-tos. Like people used to use Sports Devil and Pro Sports, and then Project D, then Project M, and all these phase in and phase out. It's really hard, so that's why a lot is being pushed towards the IPTV services, which makes sense. But some people don't want to do that, which is fine. But then you gotta, take the good with the bad. Yeah, that's true, Mike. Gaia is. I haven't had very much experience with it, to tell you the truth. I just watched Lee's videos, and I played with it a bit into my Xavier build. But the difference of my builds above some others is just the little tiny things that I do. Uh, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip over. I'm going to start. I'm going to start Kodi. Then I'm going to, and I'm using my Windows system. So then I want to get back to where you guys, where I can see them. See. So can everybody see our, the four mighty soldiers that are out here? Can you see my Kodi? Yeah, there we go. Sorry with this delay. I have to get used to it. I have to figure out how to speed it up. So the difference, as I was saying, with Juggernaut build and when it's going to be coming to um, the Xavier is I play with the fonts a little. As you can see, they're kind of misshapen, things like that. Um, the floor graphics where it says Juggernaut, I put that in there, which that it has to be created. There is code that has to be stripped and then recompiled. The actual Juggernaut background is not a background. Technically, yes, it is, but coding wise, it's not. It's actually the upper line in every other build that goes above the menu. It's just recreated, reworked, and re-encoded. So little things like that, like even when you go into the system build, and when you have up here, like you have the Juggernaut graphic up there. It's just the little things like that that I like to play with, and I'm shrinking it down. I got this build after compressing a lot of videos, or not videos, pictures, and stripping unneeded code out of it. I got it to half the size the last update was, which works for me because it actually made it faster. So, but like I said, what I wanted to do is I just wanted to go through a couple things. I don't know if everybody here, like, if I can just pose out there a question: are you guys familiar with when you want to add something to the menu down here, like in the TV shows or into the movies or things like that, in any build, that it's always the same. Are you guys familiar how to do that? Nice. Well, there's a lot of people who aren't, so that's why there's tons of videos out there, and I just don't want people to get lost in that. But the one thing that I'm going to fix on here that no one has seen is that doesn't say placenta. I didn't even notice it for the longest time. Well, Mike, with me, um, just give me a second here. Let me change this. So with me, with programming or learning to build this, I've always done. I build websites, so like self-taught to do all my graphics using Adobe Photoshop, editing videos, creating videos. Is that using Sony Vegas, HD Pro? Um, I am an AV support specialist for the College of Medicine from where I live, with one of the largest universities in the world. So I'm always up on the new technology for AV equipment and things like that, which allows me to build and play and that. Hey, yo, yo. All right, now there. So I don't know if those out there, if anybody's played with the Juggernaut build. Like I said, I just wanted to review a couple things, as in like what my premise was when I built it, and that to be a little bit streamlined. But I've always enjoyed um, the metallic, metallic Q or metallic, and the extended info mod, which recently was forked into a few different places, but the best one that I find is the Wraith and the Choppa I that work the best. But one flaw with Choppa I is when you install it or you do an install on a build, you have to update it right away, even though it's saying it's updated. I hope they fix that. There's a couple other quirks in there that don't work properly. But as for functionality, I've always liked it because that's where I pull from. I got to bring focus back to my screen here. That's where I pull from up here in the TV shows and movies. This actually gets pulled from Choppa I. That's why in mine, uh, when you click on it brings you into the Wraith section. It will give you the add-ons that are supporting what you're searching for. You can, I don't use the library because the library is pretty hard to find. If I want to add it, when I find a specific episode or like that, you can add it to your favorites, and it'll be in the favorites on the main screen. Some confusion that people have had as they've messaged me is this: they'll go to the search TV shows or they'll go to the search movies, and then they get the Wraith pop up, and they're like, "Well, I don't want to scroll through everything." Just like everything in Kodi, if you press to the left, whether it be your keyboard, whether it be your remote or a mini keyboard, that's when you can go into your search. You can add your account, which is the TDBM or whatever the hell that is. But that's one thing that I found that doesn't work. I've entered my credentials and it never stayed. But I mean, you can search the movies. If you are in the TV shows, it takes you to the TV shows section. 6 scraper fixes to placenta. Yeah, nice. Placenta's been running into a few problems with Real-Debrid, and that's the only thing is that I'm not familiar with is it's like that coding part. I am debating because it's walking the fine line when we promote the use of Kodi, and when we do builds like this, we're just pointing to what's out there. So in the legal senses, we're not crossing any lines yet. I was considering building my own add-on because I looked into it and actually I use my own add-on on my personal machine. But the only problem with that is that's where you get into the legalities, and that's where people get into trouble. So to be honest, I'm kind of debating if I want to build it and part that out to a repo to host on themselves, or I don't know how that part works, but I've been to prison. I'm not going back. Anyways, so what else was I going to show you? Oh, I don't know about you guys, but one thing that pisses me off, just be warned, I guess I should have put it in the title, is I don't censor my language. I'm not that type. But one thing that does piss me off is Mr. Blamo is an excellent repo, keeps up to date, and very good functionality, but that does not auto update, even when it's set to auto update. So, what was in Mr. Blamo that we were looking at? Because recently, we get into from the install from Repo, and we're going to go to Mr. Blamo. So you can see how we have the normal ones in here, like Neptune Rising, all things like that. Patron, which I like, which thanks to Yo-Yo turned me onto that one for some of my Spanish stuff, which just like anything else, it has its ups and downs, but I have a few clients, or I guess, love that. Plus a couple other ones. Same placenta, run out of here. For those who are wondering about Juggernaut or educational films or porn, the knob is a good one that's used very quite a bit. But what I get into here for Mr. Blamo is when you constantly need to come in here and do an update because there's been a change. See, Mr. Blamo, yeah, Patrol is great. The pure repo, which had pure sports, has now been changed to, I think it's called Sports Matrix, which was in the Mr. Blamo repo, like for like in this repository to install this too. So that's a change that I wanted to make live. Is just because I ran the pure repo, and this is no longer valid. So those who like sports, where pure repo was working, or pure sports was working from the pure repo, you can turn around and actually install the pure repo. I mean my fat fingers. Uh-oh. Oh no, just wait. I think I did that backwards. Oops. Move my mouse. Give me 1 second. I have to look at my notes. Because I think pure repo, that's right. That's right, actually. It actually, the repo itself did have on there, so there's an update. I didn't want pure sports because pure sports was renamed. I thought that one was renamed Sports Matrix. And for some reason, while I'm sitting here, I lost all my train of thought. You guys make me nervous. I haven't done this shit before. That is because that's right. That was my point. Is I believe it's in the Mr. Blamo repo that if you look is still sitting at 1.3, but doesn't auto update. So I've been having to lately going into there and updating it. And still it's not holding. Give me 1 second, folks. Oh, goodness. I've been fighting this cold. So there, it actually was staying. It's in the pure repo. That's what it was. Pure repo was a repo on its own. Oh, thank you. Um, there's Mr. Blamo. We were just talking. Is this now? I just need a clarification because I'm a complete noob on it. Then is Mr. Blamo the add-on is or a repo that I'm in that I just went into? Is that yours? Nice. Well, the reason that I'm asking is, and yeah, there's a delay, so I'm not seeing. Um, nice. Sorry. um, because the one thing that we find, or I find, is that I love using what you provide in the Blamo repo, but it doesn't auto update. So again, like I just went into, because of the pure repo that has Sports Matrix, which Pure Sports has been renamed to. Um, I had to go in and install from zip and go to the Blamo repo again to update it, and then get then I got the pure, yeah, then I got the pure repo, the new one, 0.4. Um, but so as I was saying, is I wanted to install the Sports Matrix. Unfortunately, when I go looking for things out there, guys and gals, like I'm not very much of a sports guy. Um, so I don't look for a ton of sports. I do get a lot of people ask. Yes, I'm old school where I like wrestling. I like the WWE, even though it's all fake and stuff like UFC, because I have friends who are fighters, things like that. But as for like basketball, pardon me, and I'm not like Lee. This is a real drink. Um, I'm I'm not into baseball, basketball, things like that. My sons, oh, they love that, but not me. That's not my thing. I'm more into science fiction. Love to sit back and watch me some Star Trek or something like that, you know. But back to the to here. Um, yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, see, then I don't know if it's me or like that because like with mine, Mike G, mine doesn't auto update, or it didn't, But like I just to get some recent, like in the Blamo repo, 1 point or 0.1.3 or whatever it is. Um, that I had to go and just redo like the install from zip and then go to the repo. And it's not a big deal, like because when I'm doing any updates, I'm going to push it with my Juggernaut build. But for those out there who are either using my build or anybody else's build, that cohesive where like interaction with the service, like they want to be able to uh, not do much. People don't do much anymore, eh? You notice that on the Supreme build? Okay, anyway, so we went back to Sports Matrix. So on here, then all I do is just with the actual, holy smokes, the actual add-on itself, because I put the sport things into the IPTV free. I make full use of the super favorites. To me, it just works for me adding it in there, and I let it stay default. So see, like I said, I don't have very much. This is what people have been asking me for, like when I put Planet MMA, Maverick, IPTV. I put the extras in there. The Pure Sports. Um, this one is no longer. So, and yes, Yo-Yo, what I'm drinking is Mugs root beer. I think it's Mugs or A&W root beer, and Disaronno. Oh, typical man. Don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Mr. Blamo. Yeah, but you know what? What I find is those that we spoon feed or that we help learn, and most of the times they retain what they're what they've been shown, and they pass it on to others. So I'd rather have that to where they're shown something and done it either a proper way or excuse me an effective way, and then they can pass it on to others or adapt their own as long as it works and doesn't take away from anybody else's work or things like that. Restaurant on Demand's new URL. Oh, you mean to add the wrestling on demand? Where are we, Tony? Let's just take a look at what I used here. It should be WOD. Where are you, bad boy? Oops. That's what I use right there. Hmm. But my wife makes that drink a little strong. Maybe she thought I had bad nerves or something. What the heck? Yeah, if you don't get it, um, Tony, by it being up on the screen there this long, message me and I'll give it to you. I haven't checked to see if make sure it's not down. I do regularly check, like repos and links and things like that. What other one we were going to do? We were going to be installing because there's another sports one, Supremacy Sports. Now, Supremacy Sports is in the Supremacy add-on or repo, which I already have installed. I believe it's in here, and we're going to be adding that one as well. Oh, looks like we're not. Huh. Well, okay. I'm going to have to take a look at this one, Supremacy Sports, because me being new. But you know what? Let's take a look. Okay, so let's see if there's an update. Samsung. I'm gonna have to check into that. My wife and I went to go watch Avengers Infinity Wars. Ooh, damn. And I don't know, you guys probably have them in your theaters there. We have what's called D-box seats. And what that does is it uh, moves to like the noises and like that. And we were watching it in 3D. And it was insane. So, looks like there's a failure on the new Supremacy Sports, which is brand new. All right. Well, that being said, another one that I wanted to change as well is the Magic Dragon, the dog's bollocks, which I enjoyed very much after Pyramid. Yeah, when Pyramid shut down, the dog's bollocks was kind of like the go-to, which had good content, good 4K, things like that, and um, now they changed to, from what I understand, to the Magic Dragon. And why am I getting that install fail as well? I'm not liking that very much. Did I remove? I wonder if I removed something. Oh, what was that one called? Ouch. Old. Give me a second, folks. I'm just taking a look at something because I had a bunch of, tell you the truth, I had notes and stuff like that, but I'm wondering why I'm getting a fail. So, see, the dog's bullocks is still here. Let's just uninstall this for now. Oh, yeah. Does anybody else try to install this Magic Dragon? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here. I try to really stream down the actual repos, but to get some of the things that I wanted to use, there's lots of crosstalk. Oh, of course, I'm getting messages here. Who's this? I'm getting a lot of. Well, I guess I can't say crosstalk. I guess it's um, fighting for the add-ons. What's it called? The Magic Dragon, eh? I got your Magic Dragon right here. Well, I'd hope we'd have a few more than people coming in, but here's what it is for the first one. Oh, that's the one thing that I know that was causing problems too is because the Magic Dragon originally was being from the Zero Tolerance team, um, but they the Zero Tolerance their repo wasn't giving me any feedback. Go to was inserting it in there and then it was gone. Like it wouldn't list anything. Okay, so let me check my repo. Where's my what am I in here? Yeah, see, I'm in supremacy. No, I need that one. Yeah, see, well, that's the see the dog's bullocks being renamed, like I said, to the Magic Dragon, but it's saying to pull from the Maverick TV repo. Mm, yeah, I agree, Mr. Blamo. The only thing is with ZT now gone and like so you mean like what do you call it? that Magic Dragon that was with Pyramid, he joined ZT, and then ZT's now gone. So Magic Dragon's now on his own. Where is Do you know where that's being housed? Why is that not being housed on yours, brother? That's where I'd put it. One of the most reliable ones. Yeah, if I need to get rid of like all these little things. When people asked, I had no intention of putting the small things in there. Like I wanted the staple or the go-to add-ons, just like anybody else. But then I kept getting requests and that. And then when Lee updated Titanium, and I knew what was in the works, where he was going to be doing the Streamline build with like a Streamline with Gaia, um, I knew that I wanted to make or keep Juggernaut just like that, just a powerhouse that has everything in there, and tried to keep it slim as much as I can, but it's still 340 megs. And I'm also turning around and doing Xavier, which Xavier is going to be um, fast and light as well too. But I'm never going to stop with the Juggernaut, because it those who want to be spoon fed, to use that term again, uh, like uh, like to have everything in there. So they like to be sitting with all this on in there. uh I decided not to go with a lot of like the backgrounds, because like I said, that Juggernaut with that landscape in the back is a custom. That's not a backdrop that you can get rid of. That's not something you can change. That's hard coded. If someone wants to go in and strip the texture file and take it out and fix it and then recode that, so be it. Then it's yours. Do whatever. But I mean, like there's no need to. You just start off with the Xconfluence or Xonfluence build and build your own. There was. I'm just flipping here. Yeah, install Magic Dragon. Well, that didn't work. So that's. I mean, yeah. Well, what I found is especially with using Adobe Photoshop, it takes a lot of time. But if you go into, like when you're doing builds and you go into the add-ons folder or the user data folder, and you find any um, graphics that are taking up quite a bit of size, uh, you just open them in. With me, I use Adobe Photoshop. Open it up in there and then save as web, and you can actually bring them down. I've brought down my big one that I didn't realize was taking up like 17 megs, and brought it down to 1.4, and you don't lose any quality. There is an online um, tool that you can use to do the same thing, but graphics is what eats it up. Another thing that I learned with doing builds, if anybody's ever deciding to ever do it, is when you go to do the backup, because what happens is, just like when Lee showed in his big marathon 5-hour video, holy smokes, I don't even drive that long. Never mind sit in front of a camera. But after you've done the build, you take and you go into Kodi and you back it up. And that's when, you use the tools. So what I found, and I didn't know if it was common knowledge or anything like that, is when going into the maintenance, I was leaving all this. See? So that there is 154 megs of cached thumbnails. So when I turn around and I first did my backup of my build, the actual user data, including everything I've done and everything that's with the add-ons and the repos and everything, was only 250, 260. But when I zipped it, it was 400. Yeah, it was before I zipped it, it was 400. No, sorry, 412 zipped. It was 600 megs. So I learned that I need to go in here, and anybody did it, is clear all these before you do your backup. So it eliminates that file size. Yeah, Mike, I know there's many times I wanted to post and I start typing when people say all of them are gone and everybody points to just watch the video. But yes, the one video is long, but then you get people who just purely say, yes, they're gone because this is what we're using or this is what Lee has chosen to use. I'll say it again over and over that when Gaia is configured, and then now there's multiple. I mean, I think Rojas has a tutorial video out there. When I go to put it on, when I release Xavier, I'm going to do one too, just so there's more information readily available. Once you set up Gaia properly, whether you're using a Real-Debrid or Premium Use Me or whatever that is, it still kicks ass. People just get paranoid about I'm downloading torrents or things like that. And that's where knowledge needs to be passed around and needs to come to people and say no, like you're not downloading torrents unless you enable that. If you're using Real-Debrid or another paid service like that, well, Guy is too big if you add it, Mr. Blamo. If you add it to like a build like mine, like you look at the new titanium stripped down, all it has is Gaia and placenta and unpacked, the build is only 160 megs. So that's why I choose to, that's why I choose that I want to use it and a couple other add-ons, and then and keep that streamlined. And if people want to add their own, they do. If you set up Gaia properly, it can be super fast, even using Real-Debrid and all the things. It just takes effort from the user, like so that's why I want to do a tutorial video when that time comes. What did I want to do here? So just if anybody hasn't yet, uh, you're going to see my big. Oh, it won't allow me to do it. There's my big face. Smash that subscribe button. I know we only have a few people in here, but I mean, um, I'd like to see more people here. I want to do this more often. I want to do a video probably every week, or like maybe like alternate, do a tutorial video when something comes new, because I'm not going to fall in this trap. Like I want people to understand, and even though it's there's only 6 people in here right now, that says there's 7, is I am not going to be doing videos like I see on other ones where it's like, oh, this is the best. This is the top 10. This is number 1. Okay, if I'm going to end up doing that, then I'm going to start doing titles like, this is the number 1 add-on for today. This is the number 1 build for today. I don't want to have a channel that has people clicking on it just because of the wording of the wording of the header, or to entice them to click, which that's initially, that's what we want, but I don't want it to be like clickbait, and it's not. They go through the review and things like that, and that becomes like the standard. Like if you look on a few channels, is that they always say the top 10 best, or this is 10 times faster, or things like that. Like I'm going to word it a little bit different, but also to have the people in there. I just want accurate tutorials, things like that, and then do videos like this and build it up more and more and more and more. And I'm hoping, and I talked to Lee, is that I would like to, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mr. Blama, you're right. No one is number 1. Lots seem to forget this is a hobby, not a game. Yeah. If to tell you the truth, like tooting a horn or things like that, is if I wanted to get into solid programming and put out a build that amazes people and like that in Python, things like that. But then I can sit down and code a whole thing. Um, I'm not a code master, but the thing that I have the ability and always have is I'm kind of like an idiot savant when it comes to when I see code. When I look at code, it's in my head. It um, all kind of arranges properly, and I can read it and I can follow it, and it's just something that and that's happened greatly as a tool, even when I'm doing graphic design and things like that. I have no artistic capabilities, but I can create and manipulate and do videos and do things with almost anything. As if anybody in Supreme's builds when I first started selling IPTV services, things like that is you see my little videos. Lee, his gaming went on his gaming channel. His opener is something I created for him. And yes, I used a lot of that from a template and stuff, but uh, there's lots that we create, and I see that as kind of like slices of a pizza, I guess. Uh, I don't know what else to show. Like this one is my first stream, so it's kind of short, and I'm glad everybody who did show up. I don't know, is anybody else want to see anything specific in my build? I'm going to be looking into as soon as I'm done this is why the supremacy and why um uh sorry, I just got a pop-up saying that Mr. Blamo subscribed to me. Thanks. It's awesome. Kind of new to this. Um I'm old, getting into the game as an old man. But again, like I was saying, nice. Yeah, Tony, that's my wife says. Short and to the point, good start. Then I kick up on the couch and I watch Cobra Kai. And for some reason, she's in the bedroom for a while. I don't understand. Just kidding. So again, is there anything that anybody wants to see on my build? Any questions? Oh, did I freeze? Oh no. See, I'm looking at a delay of uh, of the stream because I'm actually in the channel, so I can see myself, but I can also see the messages on the side. And I just did what I make fun of Lee of. When he's reading the messages, he makes that face, just like that. Yeah, I did it. I saw it. But with the delay on here, it kind of makes talking a little bit scattered because you go back and forth. You start a topic and then see somebody make a comment like Mr. Blamo, you just did. And yeah, Cobra Kai is good. I liked it. I liked how they changed it up in there. That Daniel LaRusso or the Karate Kid wasn't the superhero type thing, and everything like that. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it, and especially the end. I love watching the end things, just like I watched Infinity Stone or Infinity Wars, and we waited till the credits at the end of the credits. I love sitting there. People are walking out, and my wife and I are still sitting there with our 3D glasses on, just waiting because there's always something. But again, folks, thanks. Before we head out, do like I said, does anybody want to see anything specific on my build or an add-on or something that they'd suggest that they'd like to see in there, and we can take a look at it right now? Thank you, Zombie. Sorry, I'm an ice chewer and I keep forgetting this microphone sensitive. I'm sitting at the kitchen table because our spare bedroom. We have 5 bedrooms in the house and a spare bedroom, which I started to be like a computer room. How now houses some furniture we don't sit on, a desk, projectors, a whole bunch of stuff. My wife said she wants to make it into a fitting room, which I have no clue what the fuck that is. Um, she is going to take over the closet, so I'm going to have to set up in there with the light and put the green screen behind me, and I'll get a little corner and sit there and do videos. Well, thanks, guys. Yeah, yo, I do. I don't know the protocol on that, I guess, is where to put it out, how to do things like that. I just want to get it out there, and I'm just going to be me and do my stuff and take suggestions. Watch for the Xavier build. The build is actually the finished part, like the install of the add-ons. I haven't configured Gaia to have a base configuration, um, but I'm doing the graphics now. I did. Let's see. I don't know if I'm able to show that. Um, Give me 1 second. Because I did put out in the kind of a teaser and did some things. Let's see. What is this one? Mm, Thanks, guys. Hope to see more and see more of you. But just a quick, the that's what the main logo for Xavier. Just a basic one. Um, I may do where this one, because we're going to be saving space on add-ons and that, is do a couple backgrounds, but nothing too resolution heavy or file size heavy. This is going to be on might be the floor, um, which is um, where the words Juggernaut appear now, and do like that. I haven't decided yet. I'm working on an opener, just a quick when it opens, no audio, just super quick. Things like that. Like I said, I'm curving Xavier to be a premium build, that people who are going to use it want something light and are well aware or will be taught how to use Gaia properly. And if they use a service such as Real-Debrid or premium use me, like that, that'll even be better, and keep it like that. And then Juggernaut will be for the ones that uh, want more of the click. I just want to be able to click on something and go there and choose and things like that. Even though every add-on will do that, but they want their hands held, and that's what I'm here for. Oh, you don't even see my face on there. All right, folks. Oh, I don't know if I did something wrong. Did you guys see the Xavier? Hey, boy. Oh, by habit, I'm talking to my son who's sitting here. Oh, just give me a second, and then I'm learning this damn OSD thing, and then we'll get out of here. We'll let everybody go. So, all right. So, Oh, I see what that does. Yeah, folks, unfortunately, it's not allowing me to. I'm going to post it on, I'll have to post it on the group. Yeah, it's not, yeah, it's not allowing me to show it. For some reason, I put it on the second screen, but it's just not picking it up. So unless I'm doing something wrong, of course, that's very well could be. Or can I do this? Can I add an image? Your build. Oh, look at that. Hold on, folks. It's coming. Okay. Group link, Mr. Blamo. What do you mean? The group that I'm part of is the Supreme Builds, and in the description you can find it there. Um, I only have this channel. I don't have any other group. That's what you're asking me, or are you asking someone else? Oh, the Real-Debrid authorization add-on. Yeah, I, I don't know if I'll ever like create my own my own group like that. The only reason is because where I am, I'm up in Canada. I started and I was selling boxes. Um, sorry. Oh, Bo Knows is live. Oh, once I kick out of here, I'm going to go into there. So real quick, so we're going to wrap up. As I was saying, selling boxes, and I live in a town that has 10,000 people. We are only a few kilometers. Um, oh yeah, from Saskatoon, which has like 300 or 350,000 people. And Mr. Blamo, I meant in the group of Supreme Build. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, so selling boxes and things like that, I sold like a ton. I mean, a ton, a ton. Yeah, I have a full time job, like I said, as an AV support specialist for the College of Medicine. So I help teach doctors and things like that. And then and it just got too much, and I got behind, and then I ran into troubles with shipping and things like that, and decided I'm not going to sell boxes anymore. But I program them for people, but I have a local group, which is a cut the cable group that I put everything that I do for free on there, and I only allow people if they can't do it or they don't want to try, then that's right on, right on, Mr. Blamo. Yeah, then that's when I get them to bring me their box, and I charge $25. But if they want help, I will help them do it and things like that for free. I believe the knowledge should be free and people should learn for free, but you still have people who just won't do it, and no matter how easy it is. But that is the Xavier logo. bill to be coming soon. I will check that out, Mr. Blamo, your Real-Debrid authorization to see how that is. I'd like to thank everybody. We've been on an hour. Like I didn't think I could talk that long. I think I'm running out of things to say. Um, and my wife just came and asked me if I'm done because supper's been made for an hour. And well, I like to eat. So I want to thank everybody and hope to see you again. And now kick over to Bo Nose.